Okay. As you know, the class is recorded. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes to let, because 39 students just joined. So I'll wait another couple of minutes. Okay, we'll start now. So everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, guys. There are still like 6 students. They don't put their name or either as individual or as a group member. So please, those who did not write them their names or form a group, those 6, please do as soon as you can, because you know the deadline is Wednesday. Thank you guys for those who put their names there, even as individual or as a group. That's amazing. That 52 students, that I believe 48 students or 52, they put their names. And only, there are 48 from the group and 4 students put their name as individual. So the total is 52. There are still 6 students, they don't add their names. Please add your name as soon as you can, so we can start. Or on Wednesday, I will send some guidelines for the project, so you guys can start choosing your project title, and based on that, and we'll talk about that next Monday. By the way, next Monday, the beginning of the class would be the quiz 3. I will send an announcement on that. I will send an announcement on that. For quiz 3, it will start sharp 6:30. And for the time, I'll see, but most probably it will be maximum for half an hour. Then at 7, we will start our class. Clear? Quiz 3 will be consisting of either some multiple choice, true or false. And there are like 2 small questions. Maybe it will be, what is the output? Write a piece of code to do this. But it would be simple. Those who attend the classes or watch the video, read the handout, get back to the book to get more details, practice, I'm sure they will get a full mark. The coming quiz will worth 10% of your total course mark. This week, last week, we talked about branching, if statement, while, for loop, and we touch base with the strings. And this week, we'll talk about string manipulation, guess and check, approximation, and bisection. Guess and check, approximation, bisection, there are some kind of algorithms. We will be introduced to this algorithm and have some small example, and there are some challenges you have to do, guys. And if you have any question or any clear thing, you can put me an email. We can arrange a Zoom meeting to discuss that, or after the quiz next week. Okay, guys. So let's start with our handout today. It's short handout, so the class will not be that long. So I give you more time to practice by yourself. I upload the practice codes on OWL. So now you have week 1, week 2, and week 3 codes. You can practice. You have the book name and you can find it. There are many websites that offer it as PDF. So if you read the book also, you will get more knowledge, more details about the topic that we are talking. And if you are following up with me in the handout, that would be more than enough. So last time we talked about string, branching, if, else, if, while loops, for loops. Today we'll talk about string manipulation at the beginning, guess and check algorithm, approximate solution, and bisection method. Strings. We talked about it last week, and we said that the string is a sequence of case-sensitive character. A capital is different than a small. Can compare string with equal, equal, greater, or less, etc. And we mentioned that also last week. The function len, L-E-N, between parentheses is a function that will be used to retrieve the length of the string in the parentheses. For example, if I define a string and put on a ABC, so len of s will be 3. Let's try that. Where is the Jupyter? Yes. So if we said S equal ABC, then we said len S, it will give me 3. If we said S is ABCD, it will be 4, which is the length. How many characters are forming a string? Is the space a considered character? Answer me, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So if we add a space here, then we rerun the code, it will give me 5. Clear? Okay. Square brackets that when we use it with the string, those brackets are used for indexing. What do we mean by indexing? It's like an address. It's like an address. So letter at the position 0. So index always starts with 0 for the strings. So when I said S0, that means the first string letter in that string, which is A. S1 is B. S2 is C. Let's try that. Give me A. So, what is the maximum index in this string S now? The letter D, what is the index of letter D? In other words, 4 or 5?
4.
4. So if I wrote S5, what does that mean? It's out of range or out of boundaries. Okay? Because we start at 0. So the maximum index would be the len minus 1. The output of function len minus 1. So if I don't know what is the length of this string, and I need to know the last letter in this string, what should I put between the brackets?
Length S
minus 1, which is the letter D. Clear, guys? So if I don't know the length of that string, or what is to know the exact index, so I can put instead of like S4, which is the same of S4 here, which is the same of S4. But if I don't know it's a long string, I can put len of S minus 1. Okay? So what about the negative indexing? In Python, it's valid. But what does that mean? Minus 1, put it a rule in your head. Minus 1 is the last element. Minus 1 is the last element on the string. So if we back here, what should be S minus 1 in our example?
D.
D.
It should be the letter D. So put it as a rule in your head that the S minus 1 is the last letter in that string. Okay? If we said S minus 4, what should it give me?
A.
A.
Why? Why it give me B?
Because last
Because
element
0
starts
is
from
not
-1.
part. 0 is not part
Yeah.
of this negative indexing. So here I will use the same as length, but in negative to get the A. Be careful of those tricks, guys. Okay? I'm giving you hints. You should say thank you. Be careful in those. Okay? Is that clear, or you have any question before I move? Yes, no?
Clear.
Clear. Okay, sounds good. Now, the string, we can slice it using start, colon, stop, colon, step. If we give only two numbers, start, stop, that mean the step is by default 1. So you will start character by character. If we just put two numbers, that mean from that index to the final index, move character by character. If we put other than 1, then we have to put 3 numbers. So if we have this string, S equal, what is it? A, B, C, D to H. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is our string. So it asks for S3 to 6, which means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we said 6, we will take it the -1, which is the F. So it will give me the def. It is the same as start with index 3, stop before 6, or add 6, which means 6 is not included, and increase the index by 1. Okay, so if we say S3, 6, so it give me 3, 4, 5, because we start at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stop at 6, don't include it. Okay, and if we ask it the same thing, but this time step is 2, how to be executed? It will start with index 3, jump by 2, and stop at 6, which means DF 3, 5, stop. Clear? What does that mean? Colon, colon, which is this one. What does that mean? The whole string.
All.
The whole string. Okay? When we put colon, colon, that means from the beginning to the end. Okay, what if I put colon, colon, -1? It will print the string in reverse order. It will print the string in reverse order. So if I put that one, and here I put -1. Okay, guys, which is the same as start with 0 here, start with -1, which is the last letter, minus len plus 1, and the step is -1. -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever the string is. Okay. Here, if I put start at 4, stop at 1, -2. Where is 4? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So start with E, lift a character and choose the second one and stop. We stop at 1 here. Okay. Now, strings are immutable. What does that mean? That cannot be modified. So, if we said S equal hello, S0 equal Y, then S equal Y plus S and start from index 1 and length of S is allowed S bound to new object. So I'll explain to you how this will go. And you'll see it in front of your eyes running. This is S. Okay. Then we said S0 equal Y. So string cannot be changed. How to do that? To change the H with Y, we'll do the following code. S equal in order to be, so S equal the letter Y plus S start at 1, then the length of S and the close. So print S now, it will be yellow. So we cannot change a character or an object through the index in the strings. We can do it in arrays, but we cannot do it in strings. Is that clear? If we want to change, we have to make the whole as a new assignment so we can change. Okay, guys? Clear? Let's recap what we talk about for loops. So for loops have a loop variable that iterates over a set of values. For example, for variable in range 4, then expression, which means the variable will iterate 4 times, starting at 0 and stop at 3. Expression inside the loop executed with each value for that variable. Or for variable between range 4 and 6, if we don't put a step, that means the default value is 1, so it will iterate 2 times 4 and 5. Range is a way to iterate over numbers, but a for loop variable can iterate over any set of values, not just numbers. Strings and loops. how we will deal with the strings and loops. So those two codes are exactly the same. And they do the same. We will see now the first and second. Let's A, B, C, D, E, F, H. We already defined that. So let's start the first code. Oh no, we have to define S first again, because we changed S. And let's write the first block. For I in range, the length of that string S, for S of that index, if it's equal I or S of index equal U, print there is an I or U. What do you think this will do? What is the output of this statement? Guys?
There won't be any output.
Oh, sorry, indentation error. No input, because we don't have any I or U in S. Thank you. You are correct. Okay. Let's try the second one. What it will do? Now, we don't need to write index and range for a character in S. So if the character equal I or the character equal U, print there is an I or U, but what do you expect to print? Nothing, because we don't have it. So which one you find it's simpler? So for character in S, if character equal or character equal, so it's easier than writing all these indices, right? So I try to use this because it's more practical in Python. You cannot find those in C or Java. Now we'll do another example. We will do another example. Both code are correct. Don't think that this code is wrong, but it's a matter of PDF thing. But that means replace those line with this and no need for this line. This is what does that mean. So the first one we will run in this way, then we will run in that way. Okay? Let's see. So let's choose these letters. Let's run this first block. So I will cheer for you, enter a word. Let's write as the author of the book, choose robots. and how much you are enthusiasm to that level. Let's choose 6. Now, if we back to the slide, if you look to the code, while I less than the length of word, so we write robots. Robots ROBOTS, which means 6. The length of the word is 6. So character equal the first letter. If the character in an letters, print give me an, print that character, which is robot, exclamation mark, then a plus character. Else give me a character. So if we found in the string and, that means that this character is in this string. If we see a, that means this character is not in that string. Then I plus 1 in order to reach to certain point, which is the length. Then print what does that spell. Then it will do it as the level of enthusiasm, which is means 6 times. Print word, the word, etc. So let's execute this block of code. This is this one. So raw. So you see the B, is the B part of this string? No. The R is, the O is, the T not, the S is, which means that the B and T are not part of the string. Then it is spell it again 6 times, robots, 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 etc. Okay. How to change it to the second, to the next one? They said we have to remove those, replace them for 4 character in word, and take this one out also, and it would do the same. What is it? Invalid syntax for character in word, yes. So it exactly do the same. But which one you see it's more, look more professional and easier to write, which is the second way we wrote it. So we replace 4 lines of code with 4 character in word, and that's it. Okay, guys? Clear? Questions till this point? Shall I move? Okay. Now you have this exercise. You do it yourself and try to understand it. S1 met you rock, I roll met. If len of string 1 equals len of string 2, which is yes. For character 1 in S1, for character 2 in S2, if character 1 equal character 2, print common letter, break. So how many common letter would be printed? Who can answer?
One.
Just one.
Is it 6?
You are nearby.
5.
Sorry?
Is it 5?
It's 5. It's 5.
No, not 5. Try it. Try it at your Jupiter.
Mm.
I'll give you 2 minutes to write the code, then I'll back.
Is it 7?
Sorry, come again.
I think it is 7
Yeah, it goes
Okay,
six.
can you explain why?
because we have the MIT and the 2 spaces and the U and the R common letters.
Yes. Is that clear, guys? We have the MIT. Here we said a character in S2 shouldn't be in order. So MIT, which is 3, the U, which is 4, the 2 spaces, 6, and the R, which is 7. So common letters will be printed 7 times. Is that clear?
Professor, I have a question from the previous, this slide.
Yeah.
What does this statement do for character 1 in S1?
So it will check because this is nested loop,
Okay.
which means at each iteration, it will pick a letter in S1 and go through the whole S2 and try to find if it's available. So it will
Okay.
take the M and read the whole one. Is there M? Yes. So it will print common letters. Then it will come back in the outer loop. I. Is I available? Yes. Then it will print the second time. T. Is T available? Yes. Then it will go to the next one. Is the space available? Yes. U. Is U available? Yes. Is the space available? Yes. Is the R available? Yes. The remaining, no. So it will become 7 times. Because
So
at each iteration of the outer loop, the whole iteration of the inner loop will be executed. So who can tell me how many times the inner loop will be executed? Who can tell me that?
Is it 10?
10?
9. 9 times.
10 times.
Guys, the inner loop, the inside loop, this one, how many times it will be executed?
I think the total length of S1.
Maximum 100.
100.
10 times 10.
Yes, it's 100. Because at each round of this one, it will check the whole.
Excuse me, Professor.
it doesn't check the full thing because it breaks.
Yes. So the maximum is 100. The maximum is 100. And once it's found the first occurrence of that letter, it will break. So in the first one, M, how many times it will be executed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it will break. Then we'll go to the I. First one, first round, and it will break. The T, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the only iteration that will be executed 10 times. So the maximum is 100, but in our case, it will not be executed for 100 times. Is that clear? Your colleague said maximum is 100. Yes, you are correct, maximum, which is worst case scenario. If we don't have a break, then it will be printed more than 7 times. Who can tell me why? Because with the space, it will be printed 2 times. So it will be printed 8 times if we remove the break. Try it. But the break, it will be break, or the loop will be broken at or stop at the first occurrence that this letter available in the second string. Okay. So now we will start with some 3 algorithms today. The first algorithm is guess and check. So the process below is called also exhaustive enumeration. So if you are given a problem, you are able to guess a value for a solution. You are able to check if the solution is correct. Keep guessing until find the solution or guess all values. Example. If we wanna guess which is the number that if we cube it, it will give us 8. So for guess in range of a cube plus 1, if guess, because it starts with 0, if we put it a cube, it will stop at 7. But we need to include the 8, so we add 1 to that loop. So if guess cube equal 8, print cube root of cube as guess. Let's try it. Then So what is the answer here? What is the answer?
2.
Huh?
2.
Yes.
2.
So
Yes. 2. 2 cube is 8. So here, why we call it exhaustive? Because we try all here to show you that it's run through all numbers. Let's add else print failed and the guest number. Failed 0, failed 1, cube root of 82, and it's a try, even it's find the solution, it continues till completing all the possible guessing numbers. That's why we call it exhaustive for the memory and for the running time. Clear, guys? Okay. Here. They try to use another code. So for guess and range, absolute value of the cube, break if the guess. So here we try to minimize the number that we try of runs. So try this code by yourself and find the difference. Now, approximate solutions. It is a good enough solution. Start with a guess and increment by some small value. Keep guessing. If guess cube minus cube greater than or equal to epsilon, which is a small epsilon value. So it is decreasing increment size, slower program, increasing epsilon, less accurate answer. So if we have epsilon is a big value, then the answer would not be accurate enough. If we make the increment size like each time 0.001, it will run for longer time. So it will be a slower program. However, it's a good enough solution, but we have to be careful when choosing the epsilon value and the decreasing or incrementing, decreasing increment size. How much each time we increment the solution or the size of the number. Here is an example. Print cube equals not perfect cube, else if cube less than 0, guess minus guess, print cube plus string plus the guess. Also try this code by yourself and try to play with different values. Okay. The approximate solutions. It is good enough solution. Start with a guess and increment by some small value. Keep guessing. If guess cube is minus cube epsilon for a small portion, yeah, we'll talk about this. Oh, sorry, I moved to the previous slide. So the approximate solution cube root, let's say cube is 27, epsilon is 0.01, the guess is 0, increment by this amount. Number of guesses, how many guesses I have now, while absolute value of guess minus a cube greater than epsilon and guess less or equal to cube, guess plus increment, number of guesses added by 1, print number of guesses. Then if the absolute value greater or equal to epsilon, print failed on a cube root of, we cannot find it, else print, which is the closest code that would be possible. So let's try this one. Let's initiate those. Then sorry, copying from PDF is see this one, while q greater than q and greater or equal to epsilon. Yes. Or equal. Okay. So here, yes, then here. Print number of guesses. And the absolute value of x1. Okay. So you see here, it is 29,997 guesses, and the best possible solution that they found, which is 2.999, is close to brute. So this kind, which is approximation, we should not find the exact value that we are trying to predict or to approximate. It is approximation, so it should be close to. Clear, guys? Now we'll move to the next, or to the third one, which is bisection search. Here we are dividing the way or the range to half, and we guess. Then we'll go to the left or to the right of that guess, then split it into half till we become to the close value. New guess is halfway in between. To illustrate, let's play this game. So we'll take the same example. We'll take the same example to see how it will work. So the low value is 0 of the cube. The highest is the cube value, which would be exact the same. Then here, we will split the search range to the half. We will take the high plus low to over 2. Then here, sorry, there is a mistake in the handout. This is the brackets, the parentheses. You see how long it's take? Still not executing. Because this, it's split it in a very small margins. And here, we'll talk about some complexity thing. So the search space, first guess it's n over 2, which is 27 over 2. The second guess is n over 4. The third guess is, or the kth guess is n over 2 to the power k. So the guess will be converged in a logarithmic function, which is log 2 to n steps. Bisection search works when a value of function varies in a reasonable way. And we use this way when we are moving without input. Code as shown only works for positive cube greater than 1. Why? This is a question you have to answer. Challenge, modify to work with negative cubes. How you will do that? And modify to work with x less than 1. So these are challenges. You have to find answer for those. Okay, guys? Here are some hints. If x less than 1, search space is 0 to x, but the cube root is greater than x and less than 1. Modify the code to choose the search space depending on the value of x. Search for a solution for those challenges, guys. Okay? Still working, so I will interrupt it. For example, here, print 5, okay. Just to show you. See how many times it runs. And it continues. See here the bar, how much? It's added 1.
Professor, I think guess is equal to high plus low by 2 has an extra indentation.
Sorry?
Guess is equal to high plus low divided by 2 has an extra indentation.
Yeah.
And also the next line.
Yes, the number of guesses, yes. Indentation error. Yes, low guess. No need now to print this. So within 14 guesses, let's go to 3 point, which is the closest to have the 27 cube, which is 3 cube equal 27. Thank you for the, you see this indentation make these 2 lines following to the else, which will be never executed. Because you see the first round, let's go with 1 and keep going. So we still work with the same or with the first split here. We see here, print. 1, else rent y. No, it's not printing. That's not output. You see here with 4, with the 3 guesses, it reached to 64. Because 64 is divided by 32. The second time it would be 16, then 8. With the increment number of guesses, it reached to 4. So it finds the exact value. But with the 3, it's an approximate value. And it takes 14 guesses. Okay, guys. And as you see, guys, quiz 1 will cover handout 1, 2, and 3. It would be October 4th at 6:30 p.m. And also, guys, I would like to make a vote. I received some requests from some students that 6:30 to 9:30 is difficult to them. So I check the MEng courses schedule. So we'll change it internally. The formal timing will remain the same. I'll put the 2 suggested timing for voting, and we'll see. If there is any objection from any student, we will stay the same. And this would be not next week, the week after, if we are gonna to do this one. So if we look to the fall timetable, our class here from Monday, every Monday from 6:30 to 9:30. So I check Mondays. I found that the digital image processing is from 2:30 to 3:30 only. This is the only other class on Monday. So if you would like, I can make it like 11 to 2. or 4 to 7. This is the maximum I can do. So I'll put a voting poll via Google, and you will vote, and I will see. If the whole class is agreed with one of those polls, we will choose it. Otherwise, we will remain the same. Okay, guys? I understand, especially in winter coming and winter timing, 6:30 to 9:30 is too late. So this is the maximum I can do. So I can either offer Mondays morning, like, because some student, I'm sure they have the digital image processing course. So we'll make it like, what do you prefer, 30 minutes or 1 hour before to be done? So to make it like our class 11 to 2 or 10:30 to 1:30. This is one of the suggestions. And the other suggestion would be from 4 to 7. So what do you think the other one, to make it like 11 to 2 or 10:30 to 1:30, to give you an hour between the two classes, those who are taking the image processing?
Hi, Professor. I have lab on Monday, 12:13 to 2:30.
So this is not an option. So the other option only will be from 4 to 7.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Any one of those has any problem with 4 to 7? How many students we have today? Let me stop the sharing. Can you hear me, guys?
47 seems fine.
Okay, sounds fine. Okay, I'll send like an announcement, since it's only one slot, so no need for voting. I'll send an announcement asking any student if you have, but this announcement will be sent next week. Next week we are the same time, 6:30 to 9:30, because we have the quiz at 6:30 and the TA will be with us, so it's already scheduled. So the other, after the next week class, I'll make an announcement for 2-3 days. If any student has an objection, just send me an email that 4 to 7 is not suitable for me. And we'll go from there. Okay, guys? This is just to help students, because they said winter is coming and it's snowing and it's very cold, 6:30 to 9:30, and I'm taking the class from the university on the lab or the classroom, or I don't know where they are sitting. So they said it's 9:30 is too late for us. I agree, it's too late, but we'll see. If any student has any objection, we'll stay at the original timing set for us by the department. If no objection, we'll move to 4 to 7. It seems 4 to 7 is suitable with all, but we have to make sure that all 58 students are okay with this timing. Okay, guys?
Great,
Questions?
thanks.
Yes. Go ahead.
I have a question. Can you give us some more details about the quiz, Professor? Like, is it going to be multiple choice, or can you give us more kind of?
Yeah, it will be some of multiple. It will be 5 multiple choice or true and false, or both mixed together, 5 questions. Each will weight 1 mark. And there are 2 small questions. Each will weight 2.5 marks. One of them find the output, and one of them find the mistake or write few lines of code to like perform certain task. The same as the examples that we are taking, so nothing would be new for those who attend all the classes and study very well.
How long is going to be that quiz? 20 minutes, you said last time, I guess, 20 minutes or something like that?
I'll make it between 20 to 30 minutes in order to take in consideration. It's required 10 minutes, but I'll do it 20 to 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, and most probably 30 minutes. It would be in order to take in consideration all accommodation. Those some students, they need like extra time to answer a question for certain reason, and they are approved by the university for that. So in order to take everything in consideration, I will give all students this time. But guys, don't collaborate. Don't sit with together in groups, because the similarity check would be run on in your answers.
And
Especially
how we are going to submit? So is it going to be like online or?
Yeah, via OWL.
So we don't know how to do that. So we might have issue downloading or something. Is it any way we can contact TA for this and give us more details how we do? Because let's say for me, this is my first term and I haven't downloaded anything in OL. So I will, you know.
You don't download the handouts?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
they are,
you will receive a link.
I just open.
You will receive a link for a quiz 1. You will click on that link.
Okay.
It will be open. You will put your answers. Next,
okay.
Next. Then you will come to the code. What is the output? You will print it there. Then if you to write like some piece of code or what are the mistakes in this code, there are an error, and this code supposed to output 1, 2, 3, for example, you will make the correction and write the code in the box and submit. There is no upload or download.
Okay, great. So it's just to open the file and work on it. And
yeah, you will open the web page in our web page. You will do it in our web page.
Okay. Same like you download the other like lectures and videos. So we have just to open, work on it, submit.
Yes, it's one click. You will stay on the web page. It will take you from one question to another. Once you are done, submit. That's it.
Good.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So it's a simple process. Don't worry, and I'll be with you. So if you have any difficulty, you can ask me.
Because
normally in the quiz, guys, don't ask by voice. Send me your question in the chat. Okay, then I will answer by voice. So anyone have the same question or any student has the same question, we'll find an answer for that. Is that okay? I'll put the instruction of the quiz when I announce about the quiz. Clear? Any other questions, guys? If you don't have a question, you are free to go. Questions, guys? Okay, see you next week. Good luck with your quiz. If you find or you need any question during the week, just send me an email and we can arrange for a meeting, or I can answer you via email. Best of luck and bye, and see you next week. Thank you, guys. You can leave now. Guys who are you still remaining on the class, if you have a question, please go ahead. If there is no question, you can leave. Omer, are you there? Omer? Howhan? Zamping, Joe? Aisha, you have any question? Okay, it seems nobody in there. See you next week. Bye for now.